All right, so this is going to be another comic review from a book sent to me by my friend Chris. Thank you as always, brother. And today we're going to be talking about Superman, Revenge of the Demon. This is from Action Comics. This is the end of the Philip Kennedy Johnson run, which I really enjoyed. Of course, he did probably one of the best Superman works with the War World saga. Yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So, yeah, Chris, thank you as always for sending me these. And, yeah, let's get into it. Now, this actually kicks back to the original story, because Volume 2, To Hell and Back, was more about the backup stories and also building up to, like, Doomsday in Hell and some other, like, build-up stuff. So, to catch up everybody, because it has been a while since I've talked about the original plot post-War World, Clark and the Superman family protecting Metropolis with two new Ortho and Osa Ra, who are now known as the Super Twins, and he basically adopted them. And it's nice to have kid characters now that, DC made the decision to make John Kent young adult, which was it's still fucking stupid. Thanks, Bendis. But yeah, all is not well because the other War World refugees are under attack by a group called Blue Earth, who are a pro-human, anti-alien group led by a mysterious woman known as Nora Stone. It turns out, though, Nora Stone is not who she claims to be. Big shocker. Who she really is a villain known as Sister Shadow, a.k.a. She's an Al Ghul from the Dark Multiverse. Yeah. So basically, the Empire of Shadows on their Earth was ruled by Bruce Wayne and by an evil Bruce Wayne who married Talia and took over their Earth and had been conquering dark multiverse worlds, and were setting their sights on Earth Zero. So Superman and his authority, alongside Batman, went into that world to stop them from coming through. We also see what happened to Tempest Fugonaut. You guys remember Tempest Fugonaut? That stupid fucking DC ripoff character. I don't even think no one liked him, so it's almost like Kennedy Johnson was like, no one likes Tempest Fugonaut. Let's just fucking get rid of him. So, yeah. I also like the conflicting, like the artwork that goes back and forth in the comic. Like, here it's the same artist from DCeased, but then we flip over and it's almost like is this Ben Templesmith? Because I think it does really look like Ben Templesmith's artwork. But yeah, and I love the moment where they're like, when it flips to the new art, when they go to the Dark Multiverse, Enchantress points out, this feels wrong, like we look wrong. It's almost like the artist, I love that little commentary of like, yeah, there's a physical reason why the art looks different. It's a darker Earth. It's going to look more twisted. So I do like that. I do really enjoy that idea. So Blue Earth, this whole thing was a group of Sister Shadow. Her whole thing was, she basically is conquering worlds and using Blue Earth to stop the biggest threat to the Empire Shadows, Superman and his family. So in here, they've basically she's basically built like this pro-human movement against aliens, which I gotta admit is like how it plays out is kind of weak, because there's not really a lot of like deep storytelling with it. It was in the first volume, but here it's just kind of lost for, action flair. I do enjoy. I think it's a cool idea because, again, it's not like a group of people could convince a whole group of other people who are down on their luck and can easily convince them that it's an immigrant's fault that people are here and all the world's problems are based on them, right? Yeah, it's so nice, It's so nice to live in a world where, this is just comics and people aren't, like, threatening to murder immigrants or take them away to some godforsaken camp to God knows where. Am I being too subtle? I don't think so. But yeah. But that story on a whole is just kind of, like, thrown to the wayside most of the time. It feels like Kennedy Johnson really wanted to tell this story of, this evil an evil version of Bruce and Talia's daughter trying to take over the world. So I do feel like any kind of nuance there is just kind of lost, but I do think there's enough there to make it work. And I also feel like it's kind of a race to the finish kind of comic, even if it takes the whole annual to do so. Having said that, though, there are some great moments. Like, I really love... There's a great Superman moment where he's just talking to a construction worker. He's just sitting having a lunch break with this construction worker, and the guy's an ex-con that Clark busted years ago, and now he used to be like this big dude on the campus, and he used to be like a big mobster, but now he's just working on parole at this construction site, and he and his son aren't seeing eye to eye. So I really do like. There's a great moment between him and Clark, and it's stuff like that really makes me go, yeah, Kennedy Johnson knows Superman. I also really like the iron suit the lead suit that Clark has to wear to fight the kryptonite these guys are using that was built by Steel. And yeah, there's also a lot of great moments like Clark teaming up with Bloodwind, Etrigan, and Constantine. I always like it when Superman teams up with the supernatural characters. So that was pretty fun. The Super Twins, I hope they keep the Super Twins around. I really do like them now that they have their own names, Red Sun and Starchild. I'm not it's a decent enough names, but I also like the lore behind them. Much like their names, their Kryptonian names, they too, Red Sun and Starchild, are basically their names like legends, because every legend is connected to each house, much like Nightwing and Flamebird was connected to the House of El. So there are things I like about it. I just feel like the Blue Earth movement kind of got pushed to the side just so we could have, Clark punch demon bats. But having said all that, it's still a solid comic. I think it's a decent enough book. Sister Shadow is an interesting villain. I don't think we need her again, though. And I do feel like this comic could have also helped a little bit more if we had one more issue. But I guess the comic was just his run was was ending sooner. But all in all, I still think this is a pretty good finish to Kennedy Johnson's run. I still want to read his Green Lantern War Journal. I read Volume 1 and really enjoyed it. So I would love to. I'm hoping to read more of that in the future. All in all, still, I really did enjoy this. So, Chris, thank you so much for sending me this book. And if you've read this run, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Comment below, let me know. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time, Multiverse.